Welcome to the deep dive. Our mission is pretty simple. We take a stack of, dense research notes and findings, and we pull out the essentials you need to know fast.
And today, we're opening the door to a part of the kitchen many of us we take it for granted, the spice rack.
Absolutely. It's time we stop thinking of spices as just flavor builders.
They're more than that. Our source material really confirms they are, like powerful, tiny warriors playing a silent but absolutely crucial role in our overall health.
That's right. And today, we're on a very specific mission for you, the listener. We are going deep into the bioactive compounds and the historical uses of 10 common spices that studies suggest could help moderate blood pressure.
So for anyone out there who's actively trying to keep those numbers in check, or maybe you're just looking for some well-informed wellness tips, this is your shortcut.
So what's the real intrigue here from a scientific standpoint?
Oh, the scientific intrigue is significant. We're not just talking about old wives' tales. We are really dissecting the unique properties. I mean, everything from antioxidant power to specific vasodilatory effects that support these claims.
Okay, so we've got two main categories we're going to explore. First up is the group we're calling the mechanical supporters.
Right.
These are the spices that seem to actively help relax the infrastructure of your circulatory system. Then the second group provides more systemic support, so inflammation, cellular health, that sort of thing.
Think of it like this. Plumbing versus foundation. You need both to maintain pressure equilibrium.
Okay, let's unpack this. Let's start with the plumbing then. The circulatory system's sigh of relief. This first set of ingredients focuses on vasodilation.
And vasodilation is a critical term here. When your vessels constrict or get narrow, the heart has to pump so much harder to push blood through.
Which increases the pressure on the walls.
Exactly. So what we want is relaxation.
Off this group is, it's a classic, right? The common household giant, garlic.
It had to be. Our sources highlight that garlic contains these incredibly intricate sulfur-based organic compounds, things like allicin, which are just profoundly bioactive.
And that's the key, right? The sulfur.
That's the key. These sulfur compounds, when they get into your bloodstream, they're what trigger that relaxing response in the smooth muscle cells lining your vessels. The mechanism is so effective that the source material we looked at described it beautifully.
What did it say?
It called it a soothing massage for our circulatory system.
I really like that. That description it makes a technical concept so much more relatable.
It does. And when you get that relaxation, blood flow just improves everywhere with greater efficiency. That reduced resistance is the fundamental reason why consistent garlic intake is so strongly linked to potential drops in blood pressure.
It's all about creating a healthier cardiovascular balance.
Exactly. Now, shifting to another staple, we look at cinnamon. This spice, it comes from the inner bark of cinnamon trees, and it has a massive history in traditional medicine.
Ayurvedic Chinese practices.
Yeah, for millennia, right. For millennia. And the modern studies suggest a really impressive dual action for blood pressure control. It's not a one-trick pony.
Okay, so what's the first action?
The first one involves stimulating nitric oxide production. Now, nitric oxide is a gas your body naturally produces.
And that's the body's main signal for vasodilation. It's the relax signal.
It is the relax signal, exactly. It tells the blood vessels, hey, time to open up.
So cinnamon basically boosts that natural signal.
It boosts the signal, but it's not just that. It also seems to promote general vasodilation through other pathways, so it's physically helping to widen the channels.
That makes it a really compelling and honestly a natural and extremely cost-effective approach.
It really is, especially when you can incorporate it daily.
Okay, next on the list is ginger. We all know this one. It's a rhizome, and it's packed with bioactive compounds. But the real powerhouse is called gingerol.
Gingerol. That's what gives ginger its distinct generalizing, some of its warmth. And a bit like garlic, the mechanism here is tied directly to promoting blood flow.
So studies show these compounds are linked to causing that widening of the blood vessels.
It's significant widening, yeah. It eases blood flow.
Yeah.
And when blood flow is eased, the pressure on the walls just drops. It's the recurring theme in this first segment.
What's interesting is that the studies we looked at suggest this effect from ginger is so pronounced that it's considered incredibly beneficial for people trying to manage chronic high blood pressure.
Now let's shift to a spice that might surprise some people. Basil.
Right. A common culinary herb.
Exactly. But the unique compounds inside it are believed to possess this ability to, you guessed it, relax blood vessels, which facilitates better blood flow.
I think basil gets overlooked in these kinds of health discussions because it's so common. But that Improved circulation is crucial, and not just for the heart.
You're right. By making sure all your organs get the nutrients and oxygen they need with greater ease, you're boosting systemic efficiency.
And that kind of holistic improvement could ultimately contribute to overall lower blood pressure levels.
Hmm.
So you're not just adding Italian flavor.
Not at all. You're potentially supporting your whole system.
Okay, here's where it gets really interesting. We talked about the warmth of ginger. Let's talk about fire. Cayenne pepper,
Yes. The fiery red spice known for the compound capsaicin.
which is found deep inside the pepper's membranes.
It's the compound responsible for that intense heat sensation, but the way it interacts with the body it's a complete paradox.
Wait, hold on. So the same compound that sets your mouth on fire is actually relaxing your circulatory system.
I know.
That feels completely counterintuitive. How does that even work? Is there source material that explains that paradox?
It is a chemical marvel, yes.
Mhm.
Capsaicin actually acts on receptors in your body that are involved in pain and temperature. And when those receptors get stimulated by the capsaicin, they trigger a complex cascade.
Okay.
And that cascade results in the release of substances, including our friend nitric oxide, that signal the blood vessels to dilate.
So the body's reaction to the heat essentially forces the circulatory system to open up.
That's a great way to put it, yes. By widening these vessels, it significantly improves blood flow, reducing the pressure on the walls. It's like opening up new, faster lanes on a congested highway.
Wow. A surprising but potent tool for pressure management.
Absolutely. And finally, for this section, we have saffron, a precious, kind of exquisite spice.
Definitely associated with luxury. But its value extends beyond just the culinary world.
Way beyond. Saffron contains unique compounds. Crocin and safranol are the most well-known, and they play a significant role in cardiovascular health through another important dual action.
Okay, so we know they can help relax blood vessels to promote smooth blood flow. But what's the second point? The sources highlighted something about endothelial function.
That's the critical detail. The endothelium is that delicate layer of cells lining the inside of all your blood vessels.
And when that layer is damaged or dysfunctional from stress or high blood pressure, the vessels can't dilate properly.
Exactly. And some studies show saffron's compounds help maintain the health and the responsiveness of that lining.
So we're not just opening the pipes, we're actually keeping the lining of those pipes healthy and flexible.
Which is crucial for a healthy heart and circulatory system long term.
Okay, so now that we've covered the mechanical supporters, let's pivot to the foundation.
Right. We're shifting focus to spices whose benefits are more rooted in broader systemic health. So we're talking antioxidants and anti-inflammatory action.
And this is such a vital distinction because inflammation is often a silent contributor to high blood pressure.
It really is. Chronic inflammation can stiffen blood vessels over time, which, increases the pressure required to move the blood. So by fighting that inflammation, we're getting closer to the root cause.
And the undisputed champion in this category has to be curcumin.
Oh, without a doubt. The active compound from turmeric, the golden spice. Its history goes back thousands of years as a staple in traditional Asian medicine.
The history is fascinating, but the chemistry is what keeps it so relevant today. Curcumin is widely praised for its potent antioxidant attributes.
Which help combat those harmful free radicals, right? Maintaining healthy cells. And crucially, it has these powerful anti-inflammatory properties that work to keep that systemic inflammation in check.
So when you reduce that chronic inflammation, you help keep the blood vessel walls flexible.
And receptive, which is a key part of pressure management. The blood pressure link is direct, but it's more preventative. It's about maintaining a healthy, flexible system over the long haul.
Next up, let's talk about cardamom.
A spice native to southern Asia with an incredible history. The sources show its use spans continents and millennia. I mean, ancient Egyptians chewed the seeds for teeth cleaning.
And the Greeks and Romans used it as a perfume. But my favorite historical factoid here is about the Vikings.
Oh, this is a great one.
They came across cardamom about 1,000 years ago, I think, in Constantinople, saw its value, and introduced it into Scandinavia. And it's still incredibly popular in their baked goods today.
It's an amazing story. Talk about a successful cultural import. It's also listed as one of the world's oldest known medicines in Ayurveda.
So what do the modern studies say about its pressure-regulating abilities?
The research indicates that certain compounds in cardamom can act as a diuretic.
Okay, so it helps the body excrete excess fluid.
Right, which naturally lowers blood volume and, in turn, blood pressure. But it also seems to contain components that relax vascular tissue. So you get this combination, a diuretic effect and vascular relaxation. a dual method for regulation.
Let's turn to a beverage now, hibiscus tea. This vibrant floral drink is cherished all over the world, and it's been heavily studied for its potential anti-hypertensive effects,
Specifically targeting high blood pressure and that striking deep red color of the tea. That's from its high concentration of something called anthocyanins.
which are powerful antioxidants.
Very powerful, and they give the drink its potent cardiovascular benefits. Unlike some other spices that might require long-term use to see effects, the research on hibiscus suggests it can yield relatively swift results.
Really? How swift?
Well, some studies indicate that drinking hibiscus tea regularly can be as effective as some pharmaceutical interventions, at least in early-stage hypertension.
Wow. So it's a natural and very accessible alternative.
It is. It works primarily by inhibiting an enzyme involved in blood vessel constriction, plus you get that high antioxidant load.
And finally, rounding out our list of 10 kitchen warriors, we have rosemary.
Yeah,
More than just a seasoning for potatoes.
much more. Rosemary contains carnosic acid and rosmarinic acid, two compounds with very strong antioxidant and anti-inflammatory action. Now, the research might not be as, say, voluminous as for garlic or turmeric.
But it has been studied for these benefits and the findings.
Specifically, its ability to help regulate blood pressure levels by modulating inflammation and acting as a mild muscle relaxant. It's another great example of an everyday herb with powerful systemic benefits.
So after all that,
Mm-hmm.
what does this all mean for you, the learner? We've covered a fascinating range of spices, and we've seen two pretty clearly defined pathways at work here.
Yeah. On one hand, you have the mechanical relaxation of the vessels, our circulatory massage, from things like garlic, cinnamon, and cayenne. They offer more direct, sort of immediate effects on vascular tension.
And on the other hand, we have that systemic support, where ingredients like curcumin, hibiscus, and cardamom are working through these powerful antioxidant, anti-inflammatory, and diuretic mechanisms.
Promoting overall heart health and managing pressure over the long term. But the key takeaway here is that these powerful ingredients are just so accessible.
Right. You don't need a specialty store. You probably have half of them in your pantry right now.
But, and this is important, we have to reiterate that these spices are most valuable when they're integrated into a truly healthy lifestyle. Proper diet, stress management, the whole picture.
It's about understanding the relevance and application of this knowledge in your daily cooking. It's about conscious incorporation, maximizing flavor while maximizing health.
That's the power of this. It changes the way you look at your grocery list.
We talked about how cardamom was brought to the West by Vikings 1,000 years ago, and how curcumin has been a staple of traditional medicine for millennia. This raises, I think, an important question for you to mull over.
Okay.
Considering this vast history of natural medicine inside these spices, which specific ancient practice or traditional knowledge we mentioned today, be it Ayurvedic, Chinese, or even ancient Egyptian teeth cleaning, holds the most potential for a major, formalized modern medical breakthrough?
That is a deep thought. The enduring power of these natural ingredients. It really suggests we still have so much to learn from the original pharmacopoeia. Perhaps the best breakthroughs are simply the ones hiding in plain sight.
Food for thought and for the spice rack.